We believe that one of the biggest barriers to folks experiencing the fullness of the gospel of Jesus Christ is the idea that some work is inherently more spiritual than others. As one writer says, we believe preaching is more spiritual than ironing. There's a widespread idea that it's more pleasing to God to serve Him in a church school in Africa than in a public school in Cleveland.
I spent 25 years in the corporate business world working with engineers and businessmen throughout North America and in some 20 countries in Europe and Asia. It was really challenging to know how faithfulness to Jesus should be expressed in this environment. The experiences I had in the business world played a significant role in the desire I have to help others find God's joy in everyday life.
In 1996, God led us to InterVarsity Christian Fellowship and work with university students, first for 2 years in the former Soviet Republic of Moldova, and since then at The Ohio State University. We've spent a lot of time with graduate students, many of whom struggle to believe that what would be most pleasing to God is for them to pursue excellence in their academic work. One student, who felt guilty in the face of calls to overseas missions, eventually was clear that God's call in his life was to be the best scientist he could be. We witnessed another student's joy as she felt God's pleasure while working on her PhD dissertation, so that this process actually became an act of worship.
Outside the university world, we see many folks struggling because of misconceptions of the value God places on ordinary work. As we have worked in Christian micro-enterprise development, we've seen how God uses business as a powerful means of empowerment and transformation. In order to take what we are learning about what pleases God in everyday life, so that followers of Christ might be encouraged and enabled to be the hands and feet of God's purposes, we established Second Fiddle Ministries in the fall of 2007. While the work we do through Second Fiddle is primarily in Christian micro-enterprise development with peer servants, and in the university world with InterVarsity, our vision is to help any folks whom God sends into our lives to experience God's joy in whatever work they do. We long for followers of Christ to understand that every kind of human endeavor, if done heartily for the Lord, is sacred and can be used by God to be a witness for Jesus Christ.